Hello guys, welcome back to Midlands Motorbiker channel. Today we are recording at Warwickshire and West Midlands Motorcycle Training, and we've got a fantastic exhaust comparison video for the R1200 and the R1250 GS and GS Adventures. So stay tuned and I'll see you after the intro. Right guys, well first of all thank you very much for joining us. Today we've got two GSAs and one GS, or the 1250, which is the latest edition of the BMW GS. What the plan today is to have an exhaust off, so to speak. What we're going to do is we're going to test the standard exhaust as well as the additional exhaust which are possibly available as an aftermarket option. Okay, so first of all I wanted to find out what it is that you really look for when you look for an aftermarket exhaust. Now, no, I'm not talking about the racers looking to gain every last drip of horsepower they can from their bikes. But for us, the everyday riders, the road riders, what do we look for? Now, I got to work right away on social media and asked a wide audience, what do you want? And the results were not surprising. Yes, of course, it's all about the noise. Over 50% of you chose your exhaust based on the sound quality alone, with the cost and the look and feel of your silencer coming in a joint second, and with the performance gains coming in at ironic last place. Now, with this in mind, you can't really get the sound of the exhaust options from your standard online videos, and you certainly can't tell how they sound when they're sitting on the shelf in the shop. Most videos online are sometimes altered in favour of the brand and in an optimum condition, which you're not riding your bike in the optimum conditions. The videos themselves are in the perfect acoustic environment, which is never where the bike will be. So, that's where this video comes in. So basically, when you buy your new GS, the first thing that most people do when they want to personalise it is change the sound of the exhaust and sound of the bike itself. It's one of the quickest things that people do when they want to personalise the bike in their own individual way. Now, when you buy your bike from BMW, the first thing they do is they push you towards the Akrapovic system, which is fair enough. Most brands nowadays have a preferred supplier of exhaust or a preferred brand that they like to work with. In BMW's case, it is the Akrapovic. Now, Akrapovic is a fantastic brand. It's been around for so long, and they've got some really good exhausts out there. However, it got me thinking, what else is out there? What other exhausts are available to have? And is there better value for money or better exhausts or better sounding exhausts out there? Well, that's the point of today's video. What we're going to do is we're going to have a look at the standard exhaust, use it as a benchmark, and then we're going to look at the other options available for you. Now, we've got a few exhausts to test. What we'll do first of all is we'll have a look at the exhausts and see what the lineup is and have a look at the stats of them all. So, let's have a look. Right, so where do we start? Obviously we start with the standard can. Now, I've seen a lot of ugly cans before, but this one is actually a really good looking example. So, BMW standard can, it's got the premium look to it. It's not ugly by any means, and it's got a really nice tone to it as well. So, why would you want to change it? Well, there's different reasons why people want to change it. The main thing is either looks, performance, sound. There's loads of different reasons. For me, it'd be looks and sound. Obviously, we'll have a look at the differences there for you. But as a base, we've actually got a really good example. So, well done BMW. It's nice to see that you've actually got a really good looking example to start with. You know, it's got a nice premium design to it. The hanger and everything's all well done, and it's all nice and sturdy as well, which is what you want. It fits well with the bike. So, we've got a good base to start with. So, yeah, let's have a listen to it and see what we got. Okay, so this is the Akrapovic. This is the main competitor, if you like, to the standard one if you buy it new from BMW. A great looking can, it really is. You can see why people change it for the looks alone, simply because of the carbon fibre heat shield on it. It's got the nice carbon fibre end can on it, and sound wise it's actually a really nice sound to it as well. It's got a nice deep tone. It's not overly loud, but that's mainly because of the Euro 5 homologation rules it's got to have in at the moment. But as far as an aftermarket can, it does look really nice. So what we'll do is we'll start it up, we'll have a look at it and see what it sounds like. Okay, so this is the SC Project can. This is the titanium one in satin black. Again, it comes with the carbon fibre heat shield, which is a really nice touch to it, and it hasn't got removable baffles in this particular one. The baffles can be drilled out if you want to, but for the purposes of the video today, we can keep all the baffles in just to keep it as even as we can. So without further ado, let's have a little sound test of this one and see how it sounds. Right, okay, this is the Termignoni, and look at it. That is probably one of the most visually impressive cans we've got for the bike today. It utilises not only its own carbon fibre heat shield, but also the original one as well. The overall length of it looks huge. It's not actually that much bigger physically. The can itself is probably only this big. Again, it's a Euro 5 homologation can, so the baffles are non-removable, but it actually sounds really nice. It's got a lovely tone to it. And it suits the bike so well. The lines of the can and everything, it just suits it lovely. I didn't like this at first, but it seems to go really well with this particular bike. So yeah, let's have a listen to it and see how it sounds. Okay, so this is the Remus 8 can. Fantastic looking can, really unique design from the back end of it as well. It's stainless steel as opposed to titanium, but it's actually still one of the lightest cans in the selection today. So this one is in the satin black. You can get it in the silver as well. Again, it comes with its own link pipe and the carbon fibre heat shield. I think it's visually really nice. It has got a removable baffle. You can also get this one without the removable baffle as well. So it's the Euro 5 standard as opposed to Euro 3 or 4. And sounds wise, I think this is going to be one of the deepest and certainly one of the loudest that we've got to test today. So without further ado, let's see what it sounds like. Okay, so this is the IXLL exhaust. This is actually classed as the Mega Extreme Trail exhaust. I can see why. A lot of the design is actually designed that if you do take it off-roading and you are unfortunate enough to drop it, it's got these sliders which are replaceable, the bracket itself which is removable, so it is a bit more functional. Now, it is at the cheaper end of the spectrum. I believe this one's only about 400 quid or so. It is, believe it or not, very, very similar in size and weight to the standard can. I believe off the top of my head it's only about 0.5 of a kilogram difference lighter. It does have a removable baffle, but again, what we're going to do today is test it as standard as it comes out of the box, and it does reuse the initial heat shield from the existing can. So, without further ado, let's have a start up and see what it sounds like. Okay, so this is the Beowulf can, one of the UK brands, so actually manufactured and made right here in the UK, which is brilliant. It's always good to support your home country. Good looking can, made of stainless steel. It's got the carbon fibre tip. The baffle is removable, which is always good. Interesting setup with the two brackets and the two flanges that go around it. It's a very sturdy can, it's not going to go anywhere. It does have its own link pipe, a little bit fiddly to get together, but to be fair, once it's on, really nice design, and a nice shiny stainless steel heat shield there as well for you. Yeah, what can I say? It's a really nice can. One thing I will very quickly say, the customer service for the UK brands I've found is absolutely top notch. You deal with the big companies like Akrapovic and an SC Project, you still get a good service, but you can't beat homegrown customer service. So without further ado, let's start her up and see how she sounds. Okay, so another one of the UK brands, we have the Fuel exhaust. Really nice looking can, I really like this one. It's got that satin black colour to it, again with a carbon fibre tip. It has got the removable baffle, which is nice. Obviously we're going to do the test with the baffle in. One thing I really like about this is the bracket hanger it's got here for you. It is actually engraved or imprinted with the 1250 GS logo on it as well, so that's quite a nice little touch. It's little things like that that just show that they've really tried to think about the design of these cans. It's using the existing heat shield, and yeah, overall a really nice looking can. Also one of the lightest of the pack as well, so that's good to know. So without further ado, let's see what she sounds like. Okay, so that's the 8 cans all tested and tried on. What do we think? Well, first of all, the good selection of cans available for you. Different shapes, different sizes, different metals, different sounds, everything. So we've got a good mix of different makes and models and everything here. So it's worth talking about the standard one again to start with. It's not a bad design. It's a really nice premium design. It fits well with the bike. It's got that BMW sort of style and premium build quality as well. So as a base model, sounds really good, looks good. You know, it's a good base point. The different models we tried on, it's worth talking about some of the, certainly some of the more expensive ones, and let's have a look at those to start with. The Termignoni, the Remus, the SC Project and the Akrapovic, they're like the big boys of the exhaust, if you like to talk about it that way. All have their unique sort of style. I think the Termignoni, looks-wise, is visually the most impressive. It's got a really nice multi-angle end can. It's got the carbon fibre. The overall look, it just fits really well with the bike itself. The sound, it's not as loud as I expected. You think of Termignoni, you think of like the Ducati exhaust pipes, and you think it's going to have that really loud tone to it. But it's a non-intrusive sound. It sounds really nice. It goes well with the exhaust. It's not overly loud, but it's a nice, deep, rounded tone. I think that's really nice. I do really like that one. It's nice and lightweight, being titanium as well, and the different styles and different colours available. It's a really nice one to look at. The next one we'll look at as we'll come down to the Remus one. I think out of all of them, it is the most unique looking one. So although this has got the multi-angle end can, the actual shape of this one, it's got like a figure 8, which is why they call it the Remus 8. The figure 8 look of it. It's probably the loudest one if you take the baffle out. Keeping the baffle in though, it's got a really nice deep tone as well. So I'd probably say that's going to be the deepest out of all of them. It's got the carbon fibre end can, the link pipe, it all just fits together really well. Out of all of them, I'd say, yeah, the Remus is probably the easiest to actually install. You literally just pop the end can on, pop the link pipe on, the springs put themselves together, it just fits really nice and easily. Personally, I think if it was a little bit longer, it would fit a little bit nicely in the shape and the frame of the bike, but overall, a really nice sounding can, great to look at as well. Next, have a look at the SC Project. SC Project, before we did the test, that was going to be my preferred one. I'll come to which one my preferred one is in a minute, but I think that one, especially with the triple black design on the GS's, has the best colour scheme, the best look. It certainly looks, personally, the most premium looking one, very closely followed by the Termignoni. Love the tone of it. The only downside personally is the fact the baffles aren't removable. I think if they were removable as standard, it would finish the can off nicely and just give you that better tone to it. But as far as a tone as it's driving past or as you start to look and rev it, it's got a really nice deep tone, which is the sort of thing I personally look for when I'm looking at cans. Then of course we've got the Akrapovic. This is the one that the BMWs can come with as standard, or you can obviously factory fit them if you wanted to. It's not the loudest, which again I was thinking it would be with the being the Akrapovic brand, but it's probably got one of the nicest tones, the depth of the tone as standard as well. The look of it, the fishtail look to it, I think that is a really nice design. Akrapovic has done really well on that, and of course the finish of it is really premium. You do get what you'll pay for with those sort of designs. Next two we'll talk about would be the two UK brands, the Beowulf and the Fuel cans. Now, I really like these. The look of the Fuel one is absolutely gorgeous. I do love the satin finish, and I love that bracket it's got on with it as well. Both of them have the carbon fibre end cans, which is nice, and the sound, if I'm being completely honest, out of the box with all the baffles in, those two have a really nice, deep, and probably one of the loudest sounds out of all of them, excluding the Remus. So if you're looking for something that's just got that noise alone, I'd actually say those two would give you the loudest, the more bark, if you like, out of all of them. Fitting wise, the Beowulf one was a little bit of a pain to fit, but like with all exhausts, once it's fitted, it does look really nice. It's sturdy, like they all are. And again, both of them are available in both stainless steel or the black as well. Next one we'll talk about will be the IXLL. Now the IXLL is probably the most controversial looking one because the welds are quite raw, but the way it's designed, and from what the IXLL is, they class it as a extreme trail exhaust. So if you are going to be taking your bike off-roading, that is the one that a lot of people would be suggesting to go for, simply because it's designed to be battered. If you're going to be dropping your bike a lot of the bits can be replaced nice and easily, so great, that's what it's designed for. It is probably more on the heavy side out of all the different exhausts, very similar in design to the standard, as you can see, but I'm guessing that's what they've gone for. It is the cheaper end of the exhaust, so it's only around about the £400 mark, but it's replaceable if you need it to be. Obviously there is other exhausts out there on the market, and there's other ones you can have a look at. These are the 8 of the favourite ones that we've chosen just specifically for this video, but yeah, really good exhausts. So if I was going to choose my favourite, see, this is a hard one because there's different things that people look at with exhaust. Some people look at, as we discussed earlier, performance, sound, price. There's loads of different reasons. I'd probably say, if it was me personally, it would be between the SC Project and the Remus. Oh, and possibly the Termignoni as well. The only reason I'm going to say no to the Termignoni, again, this is personal opinion, this is nothing to do with the quality or anything of the exhaust. That is a little bit on the quiet side. If the baffles are removable, I'd hazard a guess that that would probably be my favourite. Based on the sound alone and the look, I think that my favourite is going to be between the SC Project and the Remus. SC Project for me sits really well with the triple black. The Remus, that unique shape, size, and the sound out the box as well. I'd probably say, no, I'm going to go with the SC Project. That's my first personal favourite one for this particular video. I think it sounds, for me, the nicest tone. It's certainly got the nicest shape to it. Yeah, SC Project is my chosen one for the video, so I'm going to probably put that back on my bike now. Right guys, thank you very much for tuning in today. Just a bit of a summary. I have obviously chosen the SC Project. It is my favourite. It doesn't mean it is the best. This is obviously my opinion. They are all good exhausts. They are, I'm not going to lie, they are really good exhausts, and you know, they've all got unique and individual selling points for each and all of them. But for me, for the bike, for my style, I've gone for the SC Project. So I'm really looking forward to testing this one out. I'm actually going to Germany soon, so I'm hoping to do another video on that one. And that will also say how good the exhaust is on a longer journey. But for now, guys, thank you very much for watching. It's been a pleasure making this video. And yeah, I hope it's helped you to decide what exhaust you may be looking for. If you drop in the comments exactly which one you'd choose and why, I'd be interested to know that as well. And we will also put in the comments exactly where you can get these exhausts from. So a big thank you to Warwickshire West Midlands Motorcycle Training for use of their paddock today. It's really kind of them to use that, and I hope you haven't annoyed the neighbours too much. But yeah, without further ado, it's time for me to gear up and get out of here. Guys, thanks very much for watching.